So today I wanted to address or talk about some of the digital products that we have actually made available for you. So one of the calls that we normally get is that a farmer will call us and will reach out to us, and they'll say that they have maize to sell, and they want to know what price should they be selling at, or where should they go. And so one of the things that we are known for is that we actually provide a lot of market prices. We have close to 100 products, and we have listed the prices on our Better Grains website. So normally when you really call us, that is the first place that we will send you. We will tell you to go to the Better Grains website. There's actually a video we have created there, and telling you how to use the website to be able to find market prices. But in a nutshell, what we offer is we provide our market prices, our retail, our wholesale, and our price per bag. In addition to that, we also provide other prices that have been given either by the Ministry of Agriculture or just prices that we found out from various research indicating prices for other markets within Kenya. In addition to that, we also have people we've partnered with in Uganda, in Zambia, in Rwanda, where we're also able to pick up the prices for some of the products that we have, and then we're able to give those prices to you. And the reason why we do that is because we are committed in championing for an agricultural market revolution that favors Africa. We want Africa to be able to trade, and one of the things that we are committed to is ensuring that you have the information, the right information on products, so that when you're going to sell your products, you're selling them from a place of an informed decision. So to give you an illustration of why we created one of the products that we have, I will take you through this story. So it's a common scenario. So a farmer will call us and tell us, hey, I have maize I want to sell. Okay, usually, like I have said in the past, at the retail outlet, dry maize is not a fast moving product for us. Why? The reason is because many Nairobians do not consume dry maize grain. I mean, the actual maize, because many of them prefer to use the fresh maize, or if they're buying it, it's either processed or milled as a modokoi, which is dehusked maize, or it's being milled into maize flour. But usually, just dry maize like that, it's a very difficult thing to sell. And so what happens to a farmer who has harvested a lot of maize? What do? Of course, they need to sell the very many bags that they have. And so what normally happens is that they will call and they'll say, buy the maize. Unfortunately, we can't buy the maize for the shop because we are dealing with smaller volumes at the shop. It's a retail outlet, so we're really dealing with people who are looking at maize for domestic consumption. A few Nairobians will buy maize, but it's usually for some of the free range chickens or turkeys that they have in their homes. But generally, Nairobians do not consume a lot of dry maize. So a farmer will call and say, hey, I need to sell maize. Where do I sell? So what we've done is actually we've created a product for addressing that question, and we have two products that would handle that question in terms of maize. We have created two products which will tell them which are the top five maize markets where they can sell their products at a higher price, the highest price trending on that particular day. All right. So what we've done is in our website, you can actually go to the maize section, and then you will see there's a link that is written top 5 dry maize market prices in Kenya. And that's exactly what that product is supposed to do. And now, in this illustration, I have given an old sample. This is not current. This is an old one. And so we listed the market. Like this particular one I'm looking at, it was in Wasingisho. We have given the price the farmer will be able to sell that bag of maize. It's a 90 kg then, and it was at 4,500. We also taken the time to convert that price into US dollars because we realize that we have farmers from other countries who want to sell. We also have large traders from other countries who want to also work with us. And what normally happens is that we've given you the price in we've converted the Kenyan price into US dollars. Again, even on the Better Grains website, there's actually a currency converter, which you can just pick and decide you want to know the price from Kenya price to US price to the Rand or to the Kwacha. It's all information that is readily available there for you. And then we've taken it a step further and we've given you the wholesale price per kilo. In other words, if you're going to be selling bulk, what can you really expect to sell? What is the wholesale price around that market? The reason why we have done this is because we are telling you, don't waste your time trying to sell the maize in Nairobi. Like in this particular one, the leading market was in Wasingishu, Kimumu, Bahati market. There was also the Kirogoya market was another good place the client could have sold maize, the farmer could have sold maize to, and that is in Kirinyaga County, and he would have been able to sell it for 4,050. The other market that is there is the Kawangware market. But again, the Kawangware market was, the farmer would have been able to really sell their maize at about 3,600 shillings. Again, you can see there's also a difference of about 900 shillings again. Or the alternative would have been Nyamakema market in Nairobi, where the farmer would have been able to sell for 3,510 market. Again, these are old prices. These are, I've picked just a sample to be able to display what it is and that we're trying to do for farmers. And then the fifth marketplace where the farmer would have been able to take their maize is Maua in Meru, which is again they'd have been able to sell for 3,500, which is an equivalent of 26.86 US dollars. And again, the wholesale price there was 39. Again, these we've picked up these prices are the top 5 prices. All right. So as a farmer, you're able to look at it and say, where should I be able to go? Again, the role of this is to tell you where you should go sell so that you can get your highest return. Now, the responsibility of calculating the transportation costs, the offloading costs, all that is up to you. And again, because again, our role is to help you facilitate. You can imagine with so many products, somebody has to sit down and filter through the prices and be able to compile this data. This particular product, where it can be found on the Mothers of Africa mobile Soko, and we only charge 500 shillings for it. Again, why are we charging 500 shillings for it? And I'll give you this particular case of a farmer. I told the farmer, I directed the farmer to go and look at this product. They were not willing to do it, so they kept on calling. Surely, by the time you've called all the millers you can think of, all the farmers, all the farmer markets, and I know you probably don't know a lot of the traders in those markets. You've called your relatives. You've called us so many times. You've actually spent more than 500 shillings on airtime. Again, this is a small product for 500 shillings where you can actually be able to just go and it takes you direct. It saves you a lot of time. That 500 shillings saves you a lot of time because you're not searching for products from all over the place. You're very focused and very targeted. You know where to not sell your market from, your product from. So again, this is the reason why we create these products, to be able to address all the questions that are there. But again, imagine if we have 98 products on our website. Can you imagine how long we would need to be able to be constantly updating? So we've had to outsource this service to a particular person who looks at the top 5 markets. That is their work. Again, that is labor that needs to be paid for. So again, we need to get to that place where let's not be too stingy and let's not be too cheap, because that 500 shillings you're wasting calling all over. Somebody has taken the time and done the work for you. Someone who has expertise that you don't have, so to be able to direct you to the right place. So again, this particular product can be procured on Mothers of Africa mobile Soko. You'll be prompted to enter your PIN. It's already linked in. We have the facility that can be able to adequately cater for that. You will pay the money. You will receive an email with the link, and you will click on the link, and it will take you directly to the product. And again, this product is updated daily. So again, these are some of the products that we have come up with to be able to help you make an informed decision, to be able to help you for you to be able to sell. Let's talk about another product that we have come. So the other product that we realize is that people wanted to know, where can I make the most profit? Which market should I be able to go sell? They wanted to know how much profit can I make in a 90 kilo per bag. Somebody wanted to know how much profit will I make if I take my lorry of maize. We've taken it a step further. What if I bring in a container of maize from Uganda or from Tanzania? How much will I be able to sell? And again, we've done this for you. We've converted it in Kenya shillings and US dollars. And again, if it's a question of currency, on the Better Grains website, you will find a currency converter that will help you be able to facilitate, to translate this. Let's again look at what the products will look like for this particular week. For this particular one, the most profitable maize market to sell was in Kawangware, which was in Nairobi. We calculated the profit the person would be able to make per bag. And the person was going to be able to make 1,800 shillings per bag. Per bag. If they were going to send a lorry, which was about 400 bags of 90 kgs, they were going to make 720,000 shillings in profit. And again here, because we are traders, we've calculated in the other costs of transportation, offloading, small other things that you would not be able to do. But again, this is not precise, but again, it gives you a rough estimate. The goal is to be able to help you make an informed decision to determine where will I be able to make the most profit. Again, we went ahead and calculated the profit in metric tons, again per bag, and then also calculated the profit for a container in US dollars per metric ton. How easy can it get? Seriously, how easy can it get? And yet we've taken the time to do all this. Again, in this particular week, the other profitable market to sell would have been Nyamakema, Nairobi. They'd have made 1,710 per bag. 684,000 if they were bringing 400, if they were bringing, if they were bringing 400 bags into the Nairobi. We were calculating the profit per metric ton for every 1,000 kilograms. How much money would you have made in terms of profit? If it was a 28 metric ton container, how much money would they have made in terms of profit? The profit in US dollars would have been 3,521. We've calculated this for you. The other market would have been Kangemi market. Again, the profit would not have been so good. It would have been 1,440. But again, it's the profit. This is after you've calculated you've sold your bags, you've harvested, you've calculated your transportation. Again, these are the transportation costs in terms of when you're selling you've dried it and you've packed it in bags. For a lorry, it would have been 576,000 profit. If they were selling 1,000 kilograms, that would have been 123.55 US dollars for every metric ton that they sell. If it was a container, the profit per container would have been 2,965.25 US dollars. Again, this is work that we have done, and I think this is one of the really sad things about it, and in terms of people not wanting to really appreciate the work that people have put into it. I remember there's a client who called me, and it was a Friday night, and they're telling me, yeah, I have 400 bags of maize. Where do I sell? And I told them there's this product that we're selling, and again, for the most profitable maize markets, we sell it at 1,000 shillings. It's like, no, I don't want. It was a Friday night, and I'm sure that guy spent more than 1,000 Kenya shillings on beers and drinks and nyama choma with his friends. Again, what is the return on investment? Even if you were to sell one bag with this product, you would still have been able to save 800 shillings. Yes. So these are some of the products that we have created. Again, our goal is to help you sell and make informed decision. Again, these are products that we are constantly updating. The other alternative, also one of the things, the reason why we do that is because yes, all those market prices are there. They are not updated as regularly. But imagine if you had to sit and calculate to try to determine which is the lowest market and which is the highest market. Surely, when will you finish? But yeah, because there are people who are doing the work on the background, they have offered these prices to you and they're not asking for much. They're asking for a small fee because they've helped do a lot of the unnecessary headaches for you. A small fee. How much really money you would waste with your friends on something that will probably not be able to give you a return on your investment. And again, let's just go back at that table. The most profitable market, Cheputulu, Vihiga, 1,440. Muhoroni in Kisumu, 1,890. That is a profit per bag. Profit per bag. And again, we provide this information so that you can be able to make an informed decision. Again, why do we do this? Because we realize that our goal is to champion for an agricultural market revolution that favors Africa. So our goal is to make sure that farmers have an informed decision and they are able to actually decide, okay, do I for 1,000 shillings, which is the most profitable market for me, can I go for it and be able to get it? And again, this product is really available. If you go to the Better Grains website, you click on the Maize page. Again, you will be able to have all this information. And just to this is just to share, that's some of the information that we've really taken the time to be able to provide for you. So again, please take the time, visit the Better Grains website, www.bettergrains.com. You'll find tons and tons of prices there. If you're using the mobile phone, you may need to just find the pull down menus for it. But if you're using a laptop, there's a black line, a menu just clearly labeled the prices of beans, the prices of maize, rice, legumes. We've also put grains and other and groundnuts. Please visit this website so that you can be able to see the market prices and be able to study them and be able to make informed decision. Again, this is what we are doing. So thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And again, these are products that save you a lot of money. You pay online. Once you pay, we've put in the necessary product to be able to help you. You'll be prompted by M-Pesa. As soon as you pay by M-Pesa, you will get an email with a link where you click on that link and you'll be able to access the product directly. So I wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to just present some of these products that we do. And again, we are creating them so that we can be able to help you trade more efficiently. Thank you for listening to me, and God bless. Bye-bye.